Hey guys, what's going on? Daryl Addison at Torpedopot.com, and I decided to go live. You guys can see what I do on my channel live. So what I'm about to do is I'm having breakfast. So I probably won't be able to interact with you. So you follow along, I appreciate that. But I'm gonna get some breakfast today. I'm trying to find out what I want to eat. My tomatoes aren't necessarily red yet, but my okra are beautiful. So I'm going to have both of them. We've already picked 35 okra. We expect to do about 250 to maybe 400 okra. Oh my gosh, I hope I cook off a brand new one. Consider your okra as pieces of fruit that want to be eaten. The more you pick them, the more you harvest, the more it grows, and they're beautiful. Our okra, we don't have a problem. There are no blemishes on our food. We use a biotic process, or we use the microorganisms in the soil to grow your food, and our food is perfect all the time. We like eating our okra young because it's very healthy and it's tender, as opposed to the older okra that is tougher, is bigger, things like that. So, since it's aside now, pick some more. So our goal is to get about, like I said, 250 plants of okra from these particular planters, and we are well on our way. Our last harvest was 2 days ago. Now we're making another harvest. So every 2 days, expect a lot of okra from your plants. You have to pay very close attention, otherwise you won't see them at all. You miss out on everything. Okay. They look great. You know, I'm going to tell you something. When I looked at this okra, when we were growing it, and I looked at it on a video, it is such a pure golden color. The hairs are all standing. All of the genetic inheritance has not been inhibited because the soil allows all of that to come out, all those characteristics to come out. And that's why you have such beautiful food. Look how beautiful that is. Isn't that gorgeous? That is absolutely beautiful. Each and every one of them. Not one blemish on any fruit at all. That's the type of food you want. You want that food. That's the real food that you want. Hairs are showing. You even got some of the moisture on the top of the fruit itself. You want this. So this is my breakfast. Okay, this looks good. So for now, I have more than enough to go partially with my breakfast. Guys, these are torpedo pots. They don't require you to water your plants. They have a feeding system built into the planter where all you do is drop your seeds or your plants in that planter and they grow your food. Now, I don't think you can find anything looking like that in any store around you. Nothing pure and authentic as you see in these pieces of fruit right here. And not one blemish at all. Not one blemish. They're absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. All right, for those who are late coming in, these are torpedo pots, self-growing planters. They grow your food without you having to be there. So we'll grow over 250 okra, but we also have tomatoes on the other side. Now, you saw the okra. One of the things I wanted you to see is how true it is to its color, its texture and flavor. That's what I want you to see. You see the hairs on that? That lets you know that that's real food. The genetic inheritance was not inhibited in any way. That means all the growth that is supposed to come out of that okra, the behaviors, the characteristics are in that okra. When you see something black, stuff on top of it, it's been sitting on the ground, it's brown, that's woody. It's already turned into a brown woody substance which you don't need. You want the young, tender ones because that's where all the life is in the okra. You want that. See, somebody said something. Well, what I do is this, for torpedo pots, because we have so many torpedo pots, I'm going to answer your question. Out there in the field, you might be able to see back there, but we're growing over 10,000 tomatoes. We have about 30 torpedo pots set up back there that are growing 10,000 tomatoes. I'm still going to answer your question. The beginning of the year, we have multiple harvests throughout the year. Our spring harvest, out of those same planters that you see back there, just want to clear it up for you so you can understand what's going on. Those same 30 planters way in the background, we grew 15,000 pea pods. Yes, 15,000 pea pods. Now to answer your question. When we go buy our seeds, because we buy in bulk, we may get like 10,000 seeds of tomato seeds. Let's say, for instance, like $30, $20. And so our tomato seeds will last us many, many years. So when we buy in bulk, we get our seeds in bulk, we put them in, and we get a harvest. But the problem is this. Let me show you this. Well, I have it right here. The problem is this right here. Once I start taking you down that seed journey, I want you to realize what's really going on here. After your first harvest, you will never ever have to buy seeds again in your life. I want you to pay attention to what's going on here now. Now, you may have to share your comments a couple of times that I might not be able to see them all of the time. But once you get your seeds done, it's good to go. You're good for the rest of your life. You'll never ever have to go to the supermarket again in your life. Now why I say that is this. The average family of four in the United States spends about $24,000 a year on food. I want you to let that sink in. I know it's a quick number being thrown at you. Look at your car. Look at your house payments. Look at your food, child care, and you're going to find out that $24,000 is in food is the only non-recoverable item. In other words, once you throw that money out, you never get it back. But with Torpedopot, and in this case, we have over 100 planters running from one spigot. 100 planters running from one spigot. We recoup our food and losses just like that. Within 1 year, I have enough Torpedopots to feed me and my family for a lifetime. That's what this is all about. This is the revolution that's coming your way, that you don't know about it yet. Amazon reached out to me and wanted to be their founder of the year, and I turned it down. Because I believe it's a network of growers, gardeners, people who are hungry, who want to grow their food, that can do it just as fine at home. All right, so what I'm going to do now is that I got so many things to show you, but we have to break it down one set at a time. So these okra, we expect to have at least 250 to, I would say, 400 okra, and they're taken off. I think we've already grown, I think we've grown about 50 already. So 50, I harvested 50 already, so we have a lot more to do. Now what I'm going to do, I want you to get a move now, quickly. I came out to get myself some breakfast, okay? And I showed you the okra. I showed you how good it looks, how healthy it looks. And forgive me, I need to make sure I go over this again with you so you can see what's really going on. I want you to see how healthy that okra is, how beautiful it is. All right? Thank you for the like. I want you to see how beautiful that okra is. Now we're going to move on to something else. We're going to move on to tomatoes. Torpedopot is a self-growing planter. It doesn't require you to do anything. It grows your food for you. So now I'm going to take a step out and I'm going to go over to the tomatoes. I love my tomatoes. All right. So now I have me some tomatoes. Just like the okra, the tomatoes have no blemishes on them. No, they're perfect tomatoes. The okra planters will be delivering close to from 250 to 400 okra. The tomato planters will be generating close to 250 to 500 tomatoes. Let me look at your question here. Buying the right soil. Very good question. Thank you. Great question. Buying the right soil. It's a long story, but I want you to follow me. If you can follow me, you'll do just fine. Just if you can't follow me, ask another question and we'll walk through the process. You cannot buy good soil. I know that's a harsh statement because I'm asking you to grow your food in soil, right? Bear with me for a minute. Let's go through the process of how soil is made, okay? Or how plants respond to the environment that they're growing in, okay? So, when we think of the word soil, we think of something that we really don't know what it is. It's comprised of so much stuff, industrial waste, arthropods, worms, all types of stuff are all embedded. In this case, we're growing perfect okra. I grab my fruit, and I grow it. I even get my seeds out of it. But the question is, I eat this. But ask yourself, how does this get here? How is this formed? What type of intelligence provides to have this type of structure and everything else? We'll begin to find out that it's in the soil. The fungus gives rise to so many living things. Even within this plant right here, or this fruit, if I throw it into soil, it'll decay, toxins will come out of it, new types of bacteria will arise out of it, but the fungi that's built into this thing will automatically start decay. and the bacteria will also attack it itself. So everything is built into the soil itself. So get the soil that has natural materials in it. Why? Because plants like to eat and break down those natural materials so that they can derive their nutrition. So you try to get mushroom soil or something with particles in it so the plants can have a long feeding season and won't just, because if you buy things like a miracle soil that's supplemented with different types of nutrients, what it would do is that will release soil over a period of time, but the whole ecosystem will eventually collapse. And so you need real woody parts, because that's where the fungal, that's where the microbial action takes place, so the plant can go down and get its food and enjoy itself. Amazing, isn't it? All right, I'm going to cut this short. I just want you guys to see what's going on. I like these live videos. They're pretty good because it allows me to go in depth with you guys. Now I really don't have to post anything. Talk to you guys later. Okay, bye-bye.